Get ready for 3 of the deadliest hunts on the planet: croc, hippo, and buffalo.
It's a big animal. It's got to be perfect.
The first thing Clayton says is, we need a bigger gun.
As one hunter embarks on a quest for Africa's dangerous game.
I asked the cameraman if he could hear my heart thumping because it was danger close.
Action, danger, and adrenaline. Brace for impact on this Sporting Classics.
Some adventures are found at the crossroads of epic and unforgettable, and they're best enjoyed with a close friend, a companion who cherishes the sporting life just as much as you do. It's someone who knows the magic contained in the simple phrase, opening day, and who understands that the words hunter and conservationist are one and the same, for we've been giving back for generations. And sharing the outdoors with someone who celebrates the history, the art, and the romance of this way of life makes for a friendship to last the ages. One where the sound of a snickering horse, the crackling of a mountain campfire, the whiff of gunpowder will transport you to that same stirring part of the soul. Welcome to Sporting Classics. That old trusted friend who shares your love of adventure and reminds you of the greatest days of your life.
One of the clients, Steve Hicks, wanted to shoot a really big crocodile. We found one for him that was causing a little bit of a problem.
We saw pictures of the crocs as a male and a female, weeks before we got here, so we knew what we were after. There's only 2 crocodiles, that was it, and we were after the male.
There's a bit of a bank on the other side of the river, and he comes out and he lays there to bask in the sun.
It's on a farm, and you've got farm workers all over, and people are down at the river all the time. They don't want crocodiles there. They eat people here.
We cleared a path in the bush all the way to where we were going to shoot from, which was on a flat rock. And then we'll sneak in here later when it's warm, and hopefully he's lying there, and then we can get a shot.
Yeah, you can definitely see where he's been laying up.
Yeah. And then the plan was to come back later in the morning when it got warm, and then hopefully the crocodile was laying on the bank getting some sun, as cold-blooded animals do.
My good friend Steve Hicks came to South Africa in pursuit of dangerous game, especially one gigantic crocodile that was causing problems for outfitter Clayton Commons of Umdende Safaris. Steve also had Cape buffalo and hippo on his safari wish list, but he was here for experience, not to check off items on a menu. The magic of hunting in Africa is you never really know what you'll find. There's an unmatched variety of game, and you need to be ready for whatever opportunity might present itself. Steve Hicks is just a great dude. He's a really fun guy, smart guy, funny, and a great hunter. He's an excellent shot. He just knows the game. He's done a lot of hunting around the world. And he wanted to come over and be a part of this, and he wanted to hunt crocodile and hippo.
I've been to Africa half dozen times doing safaris. I've actually never done anything related to water. The hippo, the croc, it's the first time for me, so I thought it would be very interesting, and I thought it'd be interesting how this all works out.
Yeah, it worked out perfectly. We found him on the first morning.
Croc shows up just where it was supposed to be, on time, on everything. I thought, man, this is perfect.
It's a big animal. And then
The first thing Clayton says is, we need a bigger gun. That's the first thing he said. We ran back to the truck, got a bigger rifle.
600 kilo.
It literally seemed like it was 3 or 4 feet across the back. It was enormous.
12 years ago, I was in Steve's position, setting aim on a prehistoric monster of a crocodile. And as big as they are, the target you need to hit is only about the size of a golf ball. If you miss, it could spell disaster.
Reload.
What a beast.
Look at the head on him.
Nice shots.
Look at the girth on that guy, man.
Excellent.
Fortunately, my croc was anchored on the shot, which is critical when hunting these beasts near water. Even after a fatal blow, their prehistoric nerve bundle of a brain can kick in and send them underwater in those final moments. Even a perfect shot doesn't give any guarantees when croc hunting.
That's a big animal. It's got to be perfect. All we had to do then was wait for him to show us his head so we could shoot him. He's moving. So he started to move and he came forward. And when he came forward, he stopped. Get ready. Wait for him to stop. Wait. And when he came forward, he stopped perfectly so we could get time so Steve could make a shot. If you're confident, shoot him. Take your time. Again, quickly shoot him. Again, shoot him again. Wait, don't shoot his skull. Shoot him. Get him again, quickly.
Put 3 shots in him, and I thought we put all the shots in the right place, and with his back legs, he propelled himself into the water like in seconds. Okay.
Sporting Classics is brought to you by Winchester, the American legend. Winchester Repeating Arms. Walther, it's your duty to be ready. Silencer Central, silence delivered. Boomerex Air Guns, the year of the air gun hunter. Right On, see the difference. And by Sea Run Cases, handmade and travel tough.
So Steve's first shot was very, very good. Looked like his spine was broken, thrashing his tail around, which they normally do. He shot a second shot. When he shot that second shot, for some reason, the crocodile started to move. We shot it the third time. Front legs were not working, but unfortunately, he had a little bit of grip on his back legs. The thrashing of his tail propelled him forward, and he managed to make it to the water. Quickly, get bullets. Get bullets, come. We quickly sprinted down to the water. Get ready. Have you loaded? No. Reloaded the gun. Just load. And we're hopefully... Stand forward. Looking for some sign of the crocodile so we could make another shot. Ila palenguin. He's there.
Bubbles.
We did see some bubbles, and which clearly indicated that's where the crocodile was. Do you guys get ready? I'm going to the car to get the rod, okay?
We see bubbles, and then more bubbles, and that was it. Okay, so we figured that essentially this thing had died. He's got 3 rounds of .375 into him, and we hit him pretty well, so I'm sure he was DOA, but he's still got in the water. Ideally, you don't want him going in the water, obviously. You see anything? What a beast.
So I have a system on just an ordinary spinning rod where I tie 2 or 3 treble hooks and a weight behind it. If we can just get a line on him, then we at least know where he is. And I've used this in the past with success to retrieve a dead crocodile in the water.
Perfect cast, literally. That's about where the bubbles were.
So basically you want to cast it over the area and then hopefully you can snag him and then bring him up or get a rope around him and then bring him up.
Who knows? It could be a log, it could be whatever.
We're gonna have to wait for the boat and then I can go out and try and get it undone.
We then went and got a boat.
Welcome to Africa. If the tracker shows up, he's got this little inflatable Zodiac boat. I think it's maybe 8 feet long, tops, with a little hand pump. You could have a job as a fishing guide in Alaska, Robert. We use the same boat. Jump into the water, we got crocodiles in the water, and I had visions of this thing coming up and grabbing our boat because it's in a tiny little piece of water. So, topped off all my life insurance before I left home. We've got a paddle made out of a fence post or whatever the heck it was, paddled around, poking around. We thought we'd come across this thing instantly because he looked like he was dead going into the water.
There's lots of obstruction down here.
I'm sure.
It's not going to be easy.
You know, went through this whole rigmarole trying to find the crocodile, this whole piece of water, poking around, trying to figure out where this croc landed. That didn't work.
Okay, Steve, I think we're going to make another plan here. And
The next plan was to get some long poles. So we took 3 or 4 tent poles and we tied them together. And we started probing the area where we thought the crocodile would be.
It's a little depressing, but we'll get there. Hopefully we can find him. If he's alive, well, or dead, I'm sure they'll find him. You know, I think we've done all we could do to this point, and now we just have to let Mother Nature take its course, and we'll hopefully recover it.
I'm just sharpening up this treble hook that we made. If it does touch the crocodile, it's going to bite. We're pretty confident we'll get it today.
This morning, we're over at the encampment picking up poles, fishing rods, whatever we can to try to recover this animal. We definitely think it's probably on the bottom, most likely dead, and I guess we'll sort it out soon enough. So, I don't know, we're praying for it and we'll see what happens. Here we are again. Believe me, I've lost about 8.5 hours sleep thinking about this last night and playing it over in my mind. I just didn't think I messed up. You know, you got to trust your shot, your gun, your training, your instinct, and I guess most importantly, trust yourself.
We were hoping that he would wash up onto one of the sides and we would find him dead or belly up. So that's why we spent a lot of time and a few days looking for the crocodile. We were very optimistic we would find him every time we went back there. No luck. I don't know, the pool's quite deep. So, yeah, we're gonna give it a break now and then regroup and see what else we're gonna do. So Steve also wanted to shoot a hippo.
They've been scouting this thing weeks in advance. There's a pod of them, maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 hippo. They've been living in this area right here, but we've got a 160-hectare lake, so it's a big chunk of water, so.
Okay, so you saw them from the wall? Yeah. Okay, thanks.
So it looks like we got about a half-hour walk to get up there, and we'll sort of assess the situation at the time. Good day for a walk.
The keys to hunting a hippopotamus are to find a single bull in shallow water, use enough gun, and be quick and accurate with your shooting.
Go when you're ready.
Here he comes. Take him.
Okay, reload, Chris, come forward. You left, hit him again. Hold that.
Whew. He played ball, didn't he?
Well done, Chris.
Clayton and Steve would have no problem finding hippos. The challenge was getting into position where Steve could take a good shot.
When we arrived there, we battled a little bit to find the hippo because the pond was so big. Hippo. Hippo have been walking here.
There's hippo tracks everywhere, and obviously they're using this trail here and did this morning, so we'll run up to the south side of the lake and see if we can't figure it out. We literally got within 100 yards, we could hear them.
We can't see them here, the bush is too thick.
We then followed these tracks and we found them back in the wooded bay.
Man, they're huge. They're smart, they know you're there. The minute they see you, sense you, smell you, whatever the case is, they're underwater.
Holy look at how big those things are.
The problem is you never know when it's going to go under the water.
Right.
They're going up and down. They're not stupid. They know exactly what's going on. They know you're there. So making a shot is, you couldn't take an ethical shot that way. So essentially, you're not close enough to the hippos to take the shot, and basically decided to pass. They've outsmarted us, no question. We just decided to move on, go back closer to camp, and try buffalo hunting.
Want more big game? Check out Chris Dorsey's newest book, Director's Cut, a 400-page full-color celebration of big game hunting. Each signed copy comes with a 4-hour companion film. Order today. Sporting Classics is brought to you by Winchester, the American legend. Winchester Repeating Arms. Walther, it's your duty to be ready. Silencer Central, silence delivered. Umarex Air Guns, the year of the air gun hunter. And by Negrini Cases, ultra-light, ultra-strong, the pinnacle of Italian design and technology.
Stephen Hicks' hunt for dangerous game wasn't going as scripted. He made a perfect and surely fatal shot on a gigantic crocodile, but the beast was still able to lurch into the murky lake, never to be seen again. And Steve showed proper restraint when he was unable to take an ethical shot on a hippo. And after being foiled by these denizens of the deep, he opted to move his hunt to dry land for a few days.
So when we were not successful with the hippo, Steve decided that he would take a buffalo.
I'm trying to, collect some of the dangerous species of Africa, of course. And then the buffalo, they're always fun, whether you get a giant trophy or you get even a mediocre one. It doesn't mean, buffalo's a buffalo to me. The stock is fun, the hunt is fun, and your heart's pounding all the time because they bite back a little bit.
There's another bull tree right, but we can't see him. After about an hour, we located these 3 or 4 bulls, but he's not very wide, but he's old, very old.
And we crept and crept. We probably burnt 2 hours, I think, hour and a half in there.
My tracker and I got Steve very close to the buffalo as he wanted to hunt one with his double rifle, and you could actually smell the buffalo. We were so close. There he is. That's the bottom one.
They were grazing up the hill. The wind was behind us, but wishy-washy a little bit, so we really had to watch it.
He's going to wait a little bit so he goes over the ridge.
There are few mistakes in hunting or in life with consequences as severe as taking a bad shot on a Cape buffalo. If a wounded Cape buffalo charges a hunter, one of them is going to die.
Shoot him! Shoot! Shoot!
That is why patience and accuracy are critical to this hunt for one of the deadliest animals on Earth.
They bust out to the left. They're maybe 50, 60 yards away. We got them almost single file. That lead left bull is a dandy.
Take the one on the left, one on the left.
That anticipation, that sense of drama, that sense of, man, it's got to happen. This could be it.
Take one on the left. Good shot. He executed an excellent shot of it going away. Well done. Good shooting there, sir.
Man, it was fun to get up on him. He must have been just a little sicker than I thought.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is a beautiful little bull, isn't it?
Mr. Dorsey, sir.
Well done, man, well done.
Well done.
Steve and Clayton had stalked to within shooting range of 2 bulls. Now the wait is on.
He was just right on the other side of this crest of this hill.
There are 2 bulls there. I think the one on the left is better. One on the left.
The wind was changing a little bit, and they turned and started coming right up the hill towards us. Literally crawled up there, got ready, and then they kept coming up the hill at us, and clicked my safety off. Got up, looked at them, and literally, I'm like 1 pound out of 2 on my finger, and they busted. Didn't shoot.
And unfortunately, the buffalo winded us or saw movement, and they took off.
That was fun. That's just as good as taking the animal. I mean, that was a lot of fun, as you can see. That was cool. I asked the cameraman if he could hear my heart thumping with my microphone on because it was danger close.
It's called hunting, not shooting, and the thrill of the hunt can vibrate through you as predatory genes awaken without ever even pulling the trigger. Steve was living through a roller coaster of highs and lows on this trip, but like any responsible hunter, the loss of a wounded croc continued to haunt him.
Literally, we have spent days looking for this dang crocodile. He's MIA. We have no idea where he is.
We definitely thought he was dead. So that's why we spent so much time looking for him, because we were all convinced he was dead.
Literally, that crocodile is the first animal in 40 years I've not recovered. So that's a first for me, which is kind of a shame. But, you know, I guess it happens to not everyone, but it happens to certain people, I guess, especially this crocodile hunting. That is difficult, so I can't wait to come back and do that again.
And I lost a croc in Tanzania many years ago, one of just a couple of animals I've ever lost in Africa, and it was heartbreaking. It's a sick feeling. Any animal, you don't want to wound, you don't want to lose, but I guess if there's a good news moment of this story, it's the fact that that was a problem croc. It's not going to be a problem anymore. So at least the locals are happy that this monster, this giant dinosaur lizard, has been taken out of the food chain, which is not a bad thing here.
We made our shots. We've done all we could do. You know, time will tell. We're heading back to the States here in a couple of days, so hopefully we hear some news, good news. If not, you know, that's crocodile hunting, I guess.
But it didn't take long to get news from Africa. Sure enough, days after returning to Bray's Island in South Carolina, Steve heard from Clayton that the croc had been found. All 14 feet and 1,300 pounds of him. Steve's hunt didn't go exactly as planned, but it was nevertheless a success. And the decisions not to shoot, to be an ethical hunter, those are successes in their own right. The pure experience of hunting is not about mounting a trophy on your wall. It is about visiting foreign lands, giving back, making new friends, experiencing a different way of life, and moving to a different rhythm, and submersing yourself in the thrill of the moment. And when you emerge from the experience and return to the surface of our normal way of life back home, the memory of an unforgettably thrilling hunt will be the most cherished trophy of all.